Yes, state people worldwide. This is your darling program every Sunday. This channel, and we have again in the house another very special personality from our own Edo State government. Despite his busy schedule, he has found time to be with us today. So we just want to welcome our Honorable Commissioner to the studio here with us virtually. Have with me as Daniel Praise Osadebame, who is always here on this program. Honorable Commissioner Dr. Emmanuel Paddy Iyamu, Honorable Commissioner for Education at Edo State. Commissioner, greet our people worldwide.
Okay, good evening, everyone. It's nice being here this evening.
Thank you very much. So please, if you are watching us, this program is live on EBS TV Benin on YouTube, Oberland TV on YouTube, Loud Media on Facebook, and Edo State Diaspora Agency on Facebook. Don't touch that die. Stay with us. Make sure you share this program down below as we have this engagement. Get ready to call in. As will be displayed. And then you can speak to the Honorable Commissioner as time goes on. So please don't touch that dial as Commissioner begins to talk to each and every one of us, wherever we are this Sunday evening. Please don't touch that dial. We'll be back in a moment. Yes, welcome back to the show. And then we start immediately. Daniel, I think you can start off.
Okay, let's begin. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Dr.
The Commissioner's network seems to have gone off.
We hope to have him.
While we await the Commissioner to reconnect.
Okay, we hope to have him rejoin us any moment from now. He's back now. Okay.
Okay.
Honorable Commissioner, thank you very much for obliging us your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, you're one person that I would personally say that you're doing a whole lot since the inception of this movement. If there's any person in the government that has actually hit the ground running, you're one of them. You are a favorite in the cabinet. Give us an overview. The Minister of Education is one very important one in Edo State. Just give us an overview of some of your achievements so far for the period under review.
Okay, thank you very much once again. You know, since we assumed office, His Excellency the Governor and myself, the Commissioner, we had a clear mandate from the beginning to make sure that we run with the speed of light to deliver the dividends of good governance to our people. We have Edo State is particular with cases like cultism and all that on the internet and everywhere. And one of the fundamental and very critical way we can change the narrative is to get our people educated. So we understand the assignment and we started asking the how. How can we do that? How can we bring our people up to speed? How can we bring that awareness? How can we bring the consciousness? You know, where's a young boy growing up on the streets of Benin or in Auchi or in Soso or in Agenebode will understand that going to school, getting education will put him on the platform where he can reach his dreams, you know, seize opportunities when they come and, you know, come out to be someone notable in the society. We met a system where we still had students learning in classes without roof, without seats, without windows, And we said one of the ways we can make education attractive to our children is to give them a befitting structure. One, to give them a befitting structure in line with the SDG 4 of the United Nations, to provide quality education for children, accessible education, And we so far in the last 1 year, let me just be very, very tentative. We have built over 68 schools. We have rebuilt and remodeled over 68 schools so that the schools can be attractive to our children. You can't be asking a child to go to school or telling him about the benefits of education when he attends a school that when it rains, we have to run outside, to seek for shelter. So we took it upon ourselves. The governor, His Excellency Senator Mondo Kwebulu, made sure that the roadmap was created and the funds, was made available. That's why you have in Edo State now, we have children running from private schools into the public schools. A typical case I will just use two examples for the sake of time. Army Day Secondary School, we built, we constructed, remodeled the place, gave them state-of-the-art a lab in conjunction with CEPLAT and all that. And at the end of the day, the principal called me in September that Honorable Commissioner, we need more chairs. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? We gave you over 600 chairs. So what are you talking about? He said we have over 502 students, new students. And I'm like, are you just
in addition to the existing ones? In addition to the existing ones. In addition to the existing ones, over 500 something students. Wow.
Yes, in addition to the students that were in that school, we had fresh students, 502 students into the school. I had to send my team there, and they confirmed that is true. If you go to Evaike, you even go to Uyosa, you go to several of our public schools, and one of them, Uyosa, they said, the headmistress said, those around usually call it Otiku, as a dustbin. But today the story is different. So children are moving in. So in terms of infrastructure, we have done quite a lot. In terms of international collaboration, thank God I'm talking to Diaspora. I believe those in the Diaspora saw the energy. We visited the University of West Scotland, had a meeting with them, and at the end of the day, they also haven't explained and expatiated on some of the things we're doing. They asked us to come back again. They gave me an invite to come and give a lecture. And I was there 3 weeks ago to also intimate them. And so I spoke about the United Nations goals as it relates to education. And good enough, they even gave me a fellow of the university. And we are already dotting the I's and crossing the T's as it relates to the technical partnership on possible ways where we can collaborate for student exchange, lecturers exchange, and knowledge sharing, as it were. So in terms of even international partnerships, even with the Chinese government, before I came to the University of West Scotland, we have signed an MOU with the Chinese government as we speak. 5 of our students have gone to China, and one beautiful thing about the governor and the government is that it's not a matter of giving it to politicians, children from the political class. We are giving the children from humble beginning an opportunity, to sit at the table of success. But 5 of them, no father, no mother, but today their story is different.
I'd like us to manage our time, Honorable Commissioner. I'd like us to manage our time. I know Dr. Tony is itching to take the second leg of the questions. This MOU we've been signing, you just mentioned that the government have signed like 1 or 2 MOUs. The previous government had serious backlash. The people said, and I quote, that it was a government of signing MOU without results. Is it going to be the same with this administration?
It cannot be the same because we are not doing it for political clout. We are doing it to impact our people. And as I speak to you, people are already going there. I've had 7 of our lecturers go there, so it's not a matter of. It's not just mere saying. It's not just mere rhetoric. We are, as the governor will say, it's practical governance, and everything we are doing is practical. Going back to West Scotland to make sure that we tie up all loose ends shows you commitment, the commitment of the governor and all that.
Okay.
The schools that we are talking about, the schools are not in United States of America. The schools are in Benin, they are in Edo State. And you can go there, as I call the names, you can send your people in Benin to go and check, and you will see it. For the past 23 years, we have had 2 governors from Edo South. And the only higher institution in Edo South, state-owned higher institution, is the Usain Polytechnic. It will interest you to know that they do not even have, internal roads. We still had earth road there inside a polytechnic that has lasted 23 years. As I speak to you, we are commissioning in the next few weeks. The road is ready. Internal roads have been done, and we are good to go. It took the leadership of a man who is focused, who is determined, who has a vision for the people to make that happen. Are we going to go into the issue of the teachers that were employed? People go to the university, they spend 4 years, some 5 years, 6 years in the university. Then they graduate from the university, then you put them on contract. And the contract you put these individuals is not even for 6 months or 1 year, as it were. Someone who has gone through the 4 walls of the university is already literate. It's not an illiterate. For you to put the person on 3 years contract. And this is the state resources, coming in every month. So we looked at the books and we did our own analysis. We did the needs assessment. We carried out the biometrics to make sure that the teachers are really in the classroom. The ones that are not there, we sieve them out. And before you know it, we presently, as we speak, we have employed over 5,000 teachers. We have people who some communities, we just come together, they contribute and pay people in the name of community teachers. We have also absorbed those ones into the system so that it can also boost their confidence. It can also encourage them to teach our children. Because when you have a beautiful structure without a teacher in that class to teach those children, you are just wasting your time. So for us to have well and fully baked students, we need to put them in a well-structured environment. And we understand that the quality of our teachers determines the quality of our students. So we
Okay.
have.
Yeah. Sorry, Honorable Commissioner, to interject because of we've lost some time starting this program. There's one aspect. I went to a public secondary school, Edokbolo Grammar School, to be very, very particular. And one of the main reasons why I think we lost the commissioner there, because I was going to go to the infrastructure in the schools. Yeah, it's back. So, Commissioner, sorry, the network went out there. So I was saying that it really gladdens the heart to hear that public schools are being renovated and remodeled, and you were giving examples. I think you mentioned 60 something just now.
Yeah.
So, and teachers are coming in because we've had the challenges. So I want you to tell those state people worldwide, because a lot of people are not informed in terms of the distribution in Edo North, in Edo South, in Edo Central. So these schools, they are spread across?
Yes. Yeah, what we do is that we carry out the needs assessment, and we understand the fact that Edo State, we have 3 senatorial zones. We have the Edo South, we have Edo Central, and Edo North. And the infrastructural development we're carrying out is across the 3 senatorial zones, because we have children in the Central, we have children in the South, and we also have children from the North. So it's across board. So that's why if I'm mentioning the Ososors, that's the donut. If I'm mentioning a Folkmiller, that's a donut. If I'm mentioning Amide Ikboba Hill, that's a do south. If I'm mentioning Waike, that's a do south. If I'm mentioning Irwa Girls, that's a do central. If I'm mentioning Ile, that's a do central. If I'm
So
mentioning
all these schools are being worked on.
majority of them are complete as well.
Wow.
Yes. You can go if you also want to get you want to see some of these. You can go on our Instagram page, the Ministry of Education, Edo State. You can see some of
So Edo
the
State people
complete.
worldwide, this is our Commissioner for Education. You
Yeah.
can go to the Instagram page of Edo State Ministry of Education and see the schools that are being renovated, chairs and tables, if teachers are being employed, so that we see, because there's a lot of falsehood going out there, and you have the commissioner there. Please, you can pick your phone and please call in. You can ask the commissioner a question while he's here. Dan, over to you.
Okay, let me take you back to the basic of learning, primary education. Primary education is very, very important. What are we doing to be at par with other developed countries? You know, in Nigeria, let me narrow it down to those states. Some of our primary schools, we still see children being taught A for apple, B for boy. And if you go to places like China and other countries, you see kids from primary schools, they're already advanced, they've gone beyond that level. Do you have plans to regig the curriculum of the school or of Edo State's structure, or you're just leaving it at where you find it?
Okay, thank you very much. You know, the only thing that is constant is change. And if you want to succeed in this time and age, you must advance and you must up your game in line with global standards. So, good enough, we know that the curriculum is being controlled from the federal, NRDC, and all that. However, as a state, one thing we have done is to make sure, and I think the federal also follows suit. Immediately we made that announcement, you know, it's now compulsory. Any child living GSS3, you must have, aside your certificate, your normal certificate, you must have a skill certificate. We have trained over 6,000 teachers in that regard, in terms of robotics, you know, and all that, so that at the end of the day, they can pass on the required knowledge to our children. We have also secured 800 slots for our teachers from Google International. You know, it took us a lot to crack that feat, so that our children can also be trained, you know, by Google, and we can put them in front of the international market to compete with their mates all over the world. So while we are also working around the curriculum, thank God we have a minister who is also very articulate, who is also very intelligent, and who is also trying to fine-tune the syllabus, curriculum, and everything to make sure that it's at par with global standards. We as a state, we have also done that to make sure that we make skill acquisition compulsory for our children in our schools. You know, I believe you will also see, or maybe you read on the print media, where we also banned the unnecessary parties for children from kindergarten, graduation parties that do not align with the educational standards. Schools charge parents exorbitant fees. Children are brought to school. A child going from kindergarten to primary one is being told to do elaborate graduation parties, or from primary six to JSS one, and they start putting eyelashes, they start rubbing pancakes and all that do not conform to the standard. We want them to be able to learn, and also to want, aside learning, you know, we also want them to be able to think and develop skills, problem solving skills, because we have told them at every given opportunity that the only way they can come out outstanding is for them to have a skill, to have something that can solve problems in the world. So in answering your question, I think we are already ahead, and we have put all the modalities in place. So a child now knows that he will also be assessed. It's not about you just knowing it. You will be assessed based on the skill and competence that you have in Edo
Okay,
State.
quickly, what are your plans for schools around the riverine area and those that are living around the rural dwellers and those around the riverine areas? Do you have plans for them?
Excellent. You know, every child in Edo State, every child is our child. Every child must be given the opportunity. So for those in the rural area, they are not left out. They are also Edo children. And they are also part of our plans, you know, for this development and all that. Because if you develop and improve the standard of living of the children that are in the urban areas, and you leave out those ones, we have people coming from the riverine areas to come and pose threats even to those in the urban area. The one thing that we are very particular about is the fact that I even tell parents, stakeholders, civil society, and all that. We have to treat every child in Edo as our child. Because even if you train your children and your neighbor, and you allow the children of your neighbor to go astray, let me use that grammar, they will also become threats to your children. So it takes a whole village, as they say, to train a child. And as a government, we are putting all the modalities in place. Thank God that when the ideas come, when we develop policies and programs, the governor is listening, and the governor will also breathe on those policies. It will give the policies wings to fly, because if it's not funded, no matter how brilliant your ideas are, if you say let's revamp XY number of schools, and the governor is telling you, I don't have money, I want to go on holidays, there's nothing you can do. So we are lucky to have a man who listens. We're lucky to have a man who will fund those problems, who will fund those dreams. You know, talking about also the students' development. We have also he came up with the 1 billion yearly bursary for students. So that at the end of the day, you know that when you even go to the university, you go to primary and secondary schools, you know, and you finish, there's also hope for you. We brought the MD of Nelfon and the Nelfon team to Edo State for 2 weeks. We were in Edo South, Edo Central, and Edo North. What were we preaching? There is room for you at the top. Even if you don't have money, you don't need to disturb your uncle in Spain or in America or even in West Scotland. We'll pay your school fees for you. After you graduate, 2 years after, when you get a job, you can then give back the student loan to the government. And even if you don't have a job after 2 years, nobody disturbs you. Then to make life more easier, the bursary becomes, like another comfort. So anybody who is not going to school now, you have yourself to blame, because all the lacunas, all the bottlenecks have been removed by the government, you know,
So,
and we are.
let me take you back to the issue of of bursary. What are the parameters in assessing it? You know, some people feel some of these funds, they are meant to settle party faithfuls. You know, so is it for everyone? So who assesses it? How are they going to assess it?
My brother, people tend to create their own narrative, but unfortunately, that's not so. Every child in Edo State University, you're an indigent student, you are qualified. As long as you're an indigent student and you are a bona fide student, not a backyard student, you are a bona fide student of the university, we confirm it, you have your matriculation number, you came in through the front door and not the back door, you are eligible. So the
Okay,
governor
Commissioner.
is not,
Yeah.
is not in, yeah.
Thank you. Sorry to interject because time is really not on our side. You mentioned the University of West Scotland. Some of us, I was in Scotland. I saw you at that Business and Investment Summit in Glasgow, and then you signed that MOU with the University of West Scotland. So how can the community, via the Edo State Diaspora Agency, really synergize with the Ministry of Education, through mentorship, teacher training, and even in those states, professionals who are teachers, who are academics, across the world. How are you looking at this aspect?
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. You know, we have a very dynamic DG at the Edo Diaspora Agency, and we are working together closely. You know, one thing is for us to have sons and daughters that are well read and are in the diaspora. Another thing is for them to have the willingness to contribute back home. So for those who are willing, you know, to contribute back home, why not? We are ready. We are open. Last 2 weeks, I went to receive an award, the Euro Knowledge Award in the House of Lords, and the man that was anchoring the program, funny enough, when they called me off stage, and I had like 3-4 minutes to just make them some comments as it relates to what we are doing back home. The man that was speaking like someone who is a British came to me and told me that, do you know I'm from Edo State? And I like you. And I told the man, "Ah, so you are our lost son." I said, I'm going to go back and tell the Oba that one of his sons is lost in the United Kingdom. And we laughed. The long and short of that little story is that he has also signed up to help train some of our teachers. And he told me, it's not about money. Just get it on, get the whole field up. You know, we'll do it via virtually, we'll start virtually to get to a point I can even come down. You know, and I will also seek for more opportunities that I can share with you. So we are open. And good enough, once you bring the idea on, once you bring that collaboration and contribution from your end, we have so much trust in our DG to bring it back home. That we does the books and off we go.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a question as we wrap up. This administration of His Excellency Senator Mode Okpebholo will be 1 year on the 12th this week. Looks like yesterday when everyone was there at the inauguration. So what will you say about your principal, His Excellency Senator Monday Okpebholo, Akbako Rescue?
Okay. What I would say is that the governor is a phenomenal individual. I'm not saying this because I am his appointee. You know, I came in from the private sector, and you know, one major thing that we lack in Nigeria is the passion and empathy of our leaders. If a leader has empathy, then you understand that no matter how much you amass, no matter the wealth that you try to amass, you leave it and you go. The governor is a man who wants to solve problems. He wants to just bring the problem, tell him about the problem, is willing to solve it. If you look at the education sector where I heard, look at the number of schools that we are building and more. Look at the students, the bursary that has been marked to be given to students. Look at the backlog of salaries that he didn't even incur. He cleared them all. Look at the minimum wage, he implemented it and increased it. Look at the market women, they are getting markets with grants. Look at the infrastructure, in terms of infrastructure, look at the flyovers, look at the roads, over 200 and something kilometers just in less than 1 year. Look at the partnerships for the students. Look at the youth empowerment programs, you know, across the state. And when you look at all he has done in the last 1 year, and you look at the inflows, you know, sorry, I'm talking like a businessman where I come from. If you look at the inflows and the projection and the heart and the commitment of the government, you know that this is a government that is really people-centered. It's not about jumping up on stage and talking here and there. I was talking to somebody in Delta, and I'm like, in the 13% derivation, the Delta State got about 240 something billion. Edo State got a paltry sum of 23 billion for 6 months. And I asked the fellow, what are you doing that we are not doing in Delta? They are building flyovers, the governor is building flyovers. They are building roads, the governor is building roads. He even revamped the new Edo line, creating thousands of jobs. The moribund Edo line is now back on the road. Anytime I'm driving and I see the vehicles ply those roads, pass me on the road, sometimes I don't even know when I just wave from inside my vehicle. Look at people that have jobs in Edo, in Enugu, in Lagos, in Abuja, you know, the chain reaction. So he's a man. Forget about social media. People must talk. Opposition must cook up stories because that's how they stay relevant. But the actual thing, what is he doing day by day? How is he dotting the I's, crossing the T's? And you will agree, based on facts, not on stories, based on evidence. Only fools that proves. When you are seeing the proof in all the sectors, the health centers across the states, the 192 wards in those states, in terms of healthcare, in terms of education, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of water. I was talking to my friend, the MD of Water Corporation, and he's talking about how they are moving water from one community to the other. Come on. All we need to do is to pray for him continually.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
I
thank you
tell
very
you.
much, Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you.
Time has really stolen from us today. I knew
Yeah.
you were in another meeting, and
Thank you.
you still found time to be with us.
Thank
We appreciate your coming. And Commissioner, we
you.
are like Oliver Twist on this show.
We like to have him
Definitely,
again.
definitely, we are going to have you back. Oh,
No problem
so
at all. No
deal
problem.
or no deal, the commissioner has signed a deal with us, so he has promised. He has promised. I'm the
Thank
one
you.
saying it. Done.
Thank
So
you very
Definitely, we
much.
my
should
Bible
have
says,
him
where two
again.
or three are gathered, there he is in their midst. All right.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you
and those
very
state
much.
people worldwide, again, I've got a lot of messages on my WhatsApp here, which I'll be displaying. The people said they just like what happened when Prince Kazim Afegba, the Information and Strategy Commissioner, was here last week. They just want to listen to you guys. You are young. I think this is a very young government, energy,
Yeah.
and there's so much knowledge.
Yeah.
And you are just saying it from the top there. And this is really impressive. So we'll definitely have the commissioner back. And this time, this one was just half time today. This time it will be first half and second half. Yeah. So
Thank you
on
so
behalf
much.
of
Please don't forget to tell our people. Please continue to pray for the governor. On this 1 year in office, please find time to want to pray for him for wisdom. It's not easy.
yeah.
It's not easy. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. So he needs all our prayers and our support.
And Edo not the carry last. We are very
We're dynamic.
we're
We're
very
dynamic.
articulate and cerebral. So Honorable Commissioner Dan, I think Dan.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I
Dan
think that will be all. But the only thing we want the government to keep in touch with the people. Let's see what the government is doing. You can't be working in isolation. They should see what you are doing. That will help them.
We have a fantastic commissioner now for
Yeah,
communication.
yeah.
He will do
He will
justice.
do
Don't
justice
worry.
to that. Yeah, because people need to be informed.
Thank you.
I always say on this program,
Yes.
when people are not informed,
Yes.
falsehood will take the front seat. But when people are informed,
It's
people
true.
are transformed. So those state
True.
people worldwide, on behalf of the team, working behind the scene for the Edo State Diaspora Agency TV, will be signing off and anchoring here. So we'll see you again, same time, same channel next week. Yeah, bye everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, bye-bye.